It's about how to make, put your cards on the table, be more transparent, more honest about what you need, and then, you don't have to have power over others, The people inadvertently give their power away to authority figures because they don't know what they want or need. They just want to make money, right? They don't know what excites them. They just want money. So they end up working for a company. And then they get taken advantage of. So this self-help author has this epiphany, right? And you know what an epiphany is. This light bulb goes off in his head. He doesn't want to be that anymore. He's trying to help people. So he wrote this book, Pulp Self-Help, because he's written 20 books and he's a millionaire, right? And they're all basically saying the same thing with just different context, right? So he it has it's a whole story.
Sounds like it was inspired by Deepak Chopra.
Well, he's one of the Wayne Dyer and Deepak Chopra and Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is the antagonist. I don't want to say Tony Robbins, but a character like Tony Robbins. He hassles the Wayne Dyer character, who's the lead character.
Yeah.
These are kind of based on real people. Because Wayne Dyer, at the end of his life, he had all this money, and he just felt so guilty. He went out onto the streets where he lives in Florida and started just giving money to homeless people.
Wow.
Started just giving 20s and hundreds and just giving money.
Wow.
Tens of thousands of dollars regularly. And
Yeah.
the old Bible saying, you give someone a fish, you feed them for the day. You teach them to fish, you feed them for life. So it was too late in his life. He died maybe 6 years later. But it's kind of loosely based on me understanding this. And also because I came to one of his lectures, I went to one of Wayne Dyer's lectures, and I had this pretty girl with me, a friend of mine. She was very pretty. She was right next to me. And she wanted to get her book signed by Wayne, And he never looked at me once. He never shook my head. He just shook my head. He goes, oh. So what? I'll sign your book. And he's looking at me. I'm going, see? He's just like those guys. So I realized I just had an epiphany of my own. He's just human, and he just wants to be rich, and he's justifying taking people's power. But at the end of his life, he might have written in my mind, in my dreams, he would have written a book like that. Pulp Self-Help, How Readers and Women Become Objects of Greed.